Just a month ago, Paul Staehle and Karine Martin's messy fight led to police being called yet again. Then, last week, Paul hinted to the world that he and Karine are trying for baby 3 after another reconciliation. But apparently that's not enough nonsense to satisfy these 90-day fiancé disasters. Paul is now unwilling to get a paternity test. On Maury, 90-day fiancé Alan Paul Staehle took to his Instagram story to share that he was in contact with Maury. He and Karine have never been shy about airing their endless mess for all to see. Usually, it's just on Instagram. Like this foolishness. I spoke with them on the phone today, Paul shared in the screenshot. Karine said she is willing to go on the show as well, he added. Time to get all of this DNA stuff behind us once and for all, Paul declared. This is just so typical for Paul and his specific brand of nonsense. Earlier this year, he and Karine were teasing fans about doing a paternity test on OnlyFans. It's no surprise that he would kick things up to the next level. Last year, Paul implied that he and Karine have some degree of openness to their marriage. At least, he didn't seem bothered by her boning other dudes and said that it was out of his hands. While open relationships are all well and good when both parties are down for it, it apparently left fans with paternity questions. But, to be clear, fans have been making more jokes about Paul and Karine since 2018. The two have an on and often toxic relationship, and marriage did not change that. We're talking about a couple with multiple breakups, nasty public conflicts, alarming accusations, and various police calls. Of course, that might make them ideal fodder for the lowbrow entertainment that Maury offers. It's the sort of show that people whose lives are messy and miserable watch in order to feel better about themselves by comparison. Angela Deem and her daughter Scotty appeared on the show. Need we say more? Honestly, this just sounds like a publicity stunt by a couple whose best path to making money relies upon continued fame. Some fans made out the paternity of baby Ethan, but we all know that he's almost certainly Paul's son. It's true that these two break up often and Karine dates other men, but if Ethan weren't Paul's, Paul could never keep that quiet. In the wake of their latest breakup, reconciliation, apparent attempt at pregnancy, and application to go on TV, Karine answered fan questions. Her Instagram Q&A included her sharing a photo of her with Paul. It's a throwback, but Paul also shared it, indicating that they're still together. Last week, Paul shared a snapshot of an ovulation test, one generally used by couples that are trying to conceive. However, Karine told fans this week that she would like a daughter, but that now is not the time. It's unclear if she simply means that she's not pregnant, that this isn't a good time to be pregnant, or something else. During their absolute fisticuff of a breakup over a month ago, Paul made many claims. One was that Karine had totally given up on her goal of getting her cosmetology license. However, that is clearly not the case, according to her answer here. We have known for months that Paul and Karine were back in the United States. However, it never hurts to ask. Especially with these two. Karine confirmed that she remains here in the US. She also has no plans to go anywhere. Karine told one follower that there is no forecast for her return to Brazil. She also shared a happy emoji, indicating that she is quite content with that. Karine separately praised her feeling of safety in the US, which may say more about where she lived in Brazil than it does about us. The only downside, Karine says, is that her family isn't here yet. They were in the process of getting visas, but sadly, the COVID-19 pandemic that has ravaged our nations has also slowed things down. Speaking of paperwork and processes, Karine confirmed that she is in the process of becoming a citizen. That is certainly exciting for her and for her fans. What's strange about this couple is the way that sometimes part of you wants to root for them, even though they're a toxic mess.